Hey guys, Toby here from Yield Labs. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about WhiteWhale. Now, I think that WhiteWhale is going to be a really big project in the Terra ecosystem. What they are essentially trying to do is create a platform that allows the community, the lunatics, everybody to participate in the decentralization of keeping the peg of UST. Now, as you may know, UST is the native stablecoin on the Terra ecosystem. It maintains its peg through an algorithmic burn mechanism. The way that it does this is through arbitrage, and arbitrage is usually a whale's game. So first of all, you might hear this name branded around a lot and wonder what a whale is in the crypto ecosystem. A whale is generally a person or a company or a fund or something similar that has an enormous amount of capital that they can deploy, or they can use this money to invest in tools to facilitate them to better use the market more than a retail user would be able to. Whales generally have access to the highest margin, the lowest risk opportunities in the market. They have access to early rounds, to private deals, to trading discounts and market trading, and again, arbitrage. These are all things that whales get to participate in and regular or retail users don't. So I've mentioned arbitrage a couple of times now. What is arbitrage? Arbitrage is taking advantage of price discrepancies across markets. It's buying an asset or a currency or anything else for that matter in market A at one price and selling it in market B for a higher price. You may notice that if you check up one of your favorite projects on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, at the bottom of the page you will have a subset of centralized or decentralized exchanges where you can buy this token or where you can buy this asset. You will note that oftentimes the prices are very different. Price differences on the ticker will also be accompanied by a column that lets you see how much volume there is. You will note that usually any major discrepancies from the average price will be on exchanges that have really low liquidity or really low volume being traded in that particular asset. Again, arbitrage is buying here cheap, selling here higher. You might think that that is a lot of work, or if I bought 1 ETH over on Binance, I transfer that 1 ETH to my MetaMask wallet, then I then transfer it from my MetaMask wallet over to, let's say, FTX, and then I sell it on FTX for a profit. Seems like a lot of work. Seems like I'm not going to make much money doing that. However, imagine that you are somebody with an enormous amount of capital and you have bots or computers doing this on your behalf constantly. So there's a constant flux of buy, sell, buy, sell. When you're doing this with not 1 ETH, let's say 100 ETH, or 1,000 ETH, or 10,000 ETH, then you can see that the $10, $20 that you might make in profit per ETH starts to get massive and very worthwhile. However, as I said, you need to have the capital to be able to do this with hundreds or thousands of ETH, and that's not something that everybody is able to do. Enter WhiteWhale. If you take a quick look at their Twitter page, you will see that it is an arbitrage platform built on Terra. So what is WhiteWhale? It's an arbitrage vault that uses community buying power to feed capital into the arbitrage bots in the Terra ecosystem. So if we jump on over to whitewhale.money, you will see that they have a homepage set up. This has been there for a little while. However, they have only just recently released the light paper. You can take a quick look at some of their preliminary graphics and how the platform might look. There's also an intro video that you can watch. I'll play a little bit of it on the screen up here. You can see our mission is to decentralize the enforcement of the peg. Again, we covered this before. People with a lot of money are doing this. In fact, people with a lot of money even have the ability to create these opportunities for arbitrage if there aren't any currently. They could open up an enormous short on Luna and then use that opportunity to arbitrage the price fluctuations and volatility. So if we head on over to the light paper, we'll see WhiteWhale, keep the peg, be the whale, and the table of contents. So the The first couple of pages summarize the market problems. Again, we've covered this. Whales get a lot of the opportunities to make enormous amounts of capital and grow their wealth, and also keeping the UST peg. In the light paper, they have a quick introduction here. It says that they believe at WhiteWhale that it's a mission-critical project. It's clear they need to decentralize the enforcement of the UST peg. Our vision is to create a platform that enables the enforcement of the UST peg in a decentralized manner by providing technical tools which will allow regular users to participate in complex trading strategies such as arbitrage. By opening up the L1 seigniorage arbitrage to the Terra community and empowering them to earn delta-neutral profits, while simultaneously contributing to keeping the peg, we will take the entire Terra ecosystem more secure, robust, and efficient. So, down onto the next page, the features and benefits of WhiteWhale. Number 1. Immediate profitability. As soon as WhiteWhale goes live, the platform will be able to profit from these strategies, which allows the distribution of real, consistent, and sustainable rewards. There will be a simple user experience. Users will only have to deposit UST into one of the arbitrage vaults. They can withdraw the UST whenever they choose, and that's really all there is to it. You just deposit. You don't have to worry about the LP tokens. You don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. You just deposit your UST while you want to participate and then remove it when you're done. Delta neutral profits. Arbitrage generates profits in both rising and falling markets, so there is minimal market risk for the depositor. In a flat market, the depositor is earning anchor yields on their funds, thus profits are generated in all markets. No impermanent loss. So we talked about this a little bit in number 2. No token swapping or user generation of LP tokens is required for the WhiteWhale vaults. Usually, providing liquidity in a pool provides yield. The vaults at WhiteWhale will generate yield with no risk of impermanent loss. Number 5, the economic utility. The whale token will have a range of benefits and unique essential functions, acting as an overarching utility token, providing the Terra ecosystem stabilization features. Users may deposit whale into the war chest that enables them to participate in ensuring the entire ecosystem stability, not just the UST peg. And then we'll get onto the war chest in a little bit. 6. Demand pool for UST. Users will likely be attracted to the anchor plus arbitrage yields that the platform will produce, so we anticipate that WhiteWhale will accumulate large deposits of UST, thereby increasing the macro UST demand. The Terra ecosystem thus benefits from WhiteWhale. The final point being that it will secure the Terra ecosystem. The UST Arb Vault will provide a barrier of protection for UST, hopefully contributing to UST becoming the most widely used stablecoin. Future Arb Vaults will have several other mechanisms that support and stabilize Terra's ecosystem, ultimately making it more efficient. Really, really cool stuff. So down onto page 7, let's talk quickly about the architecture. WhiteWhale will launch with 3 initial components. These are going to be the Arb Vaults, this is going to be the War Chest, and this is going to be the Community Fund. Now, let's scroll down a little bit and we will talk about each one briefly individually. So we've talked about the Arbitrage Vaults. They will be the initial main feature of the platform. They will be a single asset, such as UST, and they will look to retain the peg of that asset. Ultimately, what they intend to do is to get enough liquidity into this arbitrage vault to support the UST peg. So what this means is they're going to have enough funds in the platform at any given time to cover all of the dexes on the Terra ecosystem. Now, in a recent interview that I watched with one of the founders of WhiteWhale, he stated that they would need 9 figures to be able to do this reliably. That is billions of dollars in capital for WhiteWhale to be able to ensure that this peg is maintained. Now, one of the features of the WhiteWhale token is going to be governance. Governance will allow users to vote on which strategies the arbitrage bots should use, which yields the vaults should pay, and so on. So a lot of cool stuff coming to this platform. If we scroll down, we'll get to the page that looks at the war chest. So the war chest, what is it? It will be a depositing chest for additional assets from the ecosystem, including mirror assets and additional protocols. So you can think of the P assets from Prism, P Luna, Y Luna, and so on. This isn't limited by anything really, other than the fact that if it has a collateral against it, or if it has a dollar value, there is probably some opportunity for it to be arbitraged. The war chest will continuously arbitrage all Terra assets from one arbitrage vault, and this is used with whale tokens. Whale tokens are essentially tickets to the war chest. The final component of WhiteWhale is the Community Fund. The Community Fund is a community-controlled smart contract which has an allocation of whale tokens that were initially deposited into it at the token generation event. These can and will be deployed at the will of the community as per governance. They will decide on how to spend this money, where to spend this money, how to invest in the platform and make the strategies better, make the strategies stronger, and just further develop the resilience, the robustness of the protocol for everybody. The great thing of this is, as it is a governance token, the community decides on how best to use it, and that is where the community fund comes in. So finally, let's talk about the whale token itself. There will be a whale token. You can see here the intentions of the token distribution. There will be a max supply of 1 billion tokens. There will be Genesis airdrops. I have heard in an interview with the creators that they will not be trying to do weekly airdrops. As you can see, there is a small amount of the tokens going for sale into private investors and to the team, and also a small section going to an IDO event for the community. These community IDOs will be held on Pylon and they will be held on Terra, so fans of either platform can get involved using one of their platforms or their favorite platform. So let's take a quick look at the roadmap. Light paper was released in July 2021, but I believe that it's only actually been released very recently. They were involved in a startup hackathon, which I believe they won. They are doing testnet live arbitrage testing right now as I record this video. In January 2022, we are expecting to see the community IDO events. Now, that is not far away. We're what, mid-November right now? And they are looking at a Q1 2022 mainnet launch. Honestly, really excited for this. And then in 2022 and beyond to 2023, then they will be looking at cross-chain arbitrage. So Luna assets or Terra assets, and the potential is enormous beyond that. And that is just a quick overview of the WhiteWhale protocol, a quick skim through the light paper. I hope that you find that this has been informative. I hope you have a bit of a better grasp on what WhiteWhale is and what it's achieving, or what it will aim to achieve in the Terra ecosystem. Honestly, it's critical that UST, the stablecoin, maintains its peg, and I think it's a really brilliant idea that everybody can earn yield off helping it maintain its peg. This is exactly what the community needs, this is what the ecosystem needs, and this can only add to growth of this space. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this content. Please hit the notification bell to be notified when we release brand new content, and leave a comment below if you have anything to add. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.